Being appreciative does not mean tolerating or accepting abuse. Hi, I'm James and welcome to this Park Books Update moment. It is a disservice to tell someone who has a legitimate grievance or complaint to say, you just suck it up. You just accept it. You can't do anything anyway. And the reason why you're feeling the way that you do is because you're not appreciative. You don't appreciate what has been given to you. You have life, you see. Now, why is that doing a disservice to a person? Well, some people would experience, especially in health fields, even law enforcement. Remember, those people still put a smile on their face every day. Some of them wake up in the morning. They do their gratitude. They write in maybe their journal or diaries. And yes, some of them even say a thank you and prayer every single day to the grand one for the life that they have. See how they're showing an appreciation. See, along with that appreciation for being given another day of life from the grand creator, then what comes with that? It comes with an appreciation, like in their fields that they are in, that everyone they come in contact with too is looking for what? Some type of help, some type of need that needs to be fulfilled. Yes, even truth and justice on the law enforcement side of what these persons may be requesting. Now, if a person is suffering hardship at that time and even feeling a lot of distress, does it mean that whatever dilemma they're in, they don't appreciate the grand one? That they don't appreciate what they do have, you see? On top of that, sometimes persons who have been maneuvered into certain situations in life, you see, they, and that's the key word, maneuvered, they are sometimes told, well, look at what you do have. But see, here's the question. Is that still what the person was pursuing in the first place? Or was it something that, again, in accordance with the pretext of some other reason or agenda, they just made the best of the situation, you see? Because all the same, just because somebody else wanted this role or situation for them, it doesn't mean that was what was in their heart and conscience either, and maybe would have never been in 1,000 years, you see. But they just made the best of the situation. This is why, again, just because persons go through depression at times or feel down, it doesn't mean that they have a lack of appreciation. We have this wonderful gift and quality to actually be able to sympathize with others, empathize with others, yes, even cry with others. So even when someone suffers some type of hardship or loses a loved one, when that person grieves, doesn't mean that they don't have an appreciation for life or other things. No, it's actually enhanced the seriousness of, all the more just how important life is, how precious it is, and how we should take care of it. You see, I've always been of the one, and I will continue to state this, that what we learn from the good book from the very beginning is that the grand one actually was teaching us to love See, he gave in an abundance already to the first couple so that they wouldn't want or need anything. So he allowed them to once again express their love, not because they were in dire need or lacking of anything, but really from this point, they were having the ability to, meditate on the appreciation of everything that they had, and of course be motivated by love to listen to the grand one further. See, we're going to end up going right back into that time period when God, straightened things out upon the earth. See, isn't that wonderful? So if this is the way it's going to work, even in God's new world of, setting things right back up, then what sort of persons ought we to be now? Already adjusting our minds to, hey, we appreciate what the grand creator has given us. We try to imitate him as well. And we always try to be what? Of sincere service in a way of helping someone. And not of disservice of trying to cause persons to really get it, so to say, by using means that, yes, his enemy uses, but not God himself, you see. Now, this is not to take away or once again talk about the superior authorities on what they have to do with investigations, etc., etc. This is not what, the scope of what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about, in general, your everyday people, your everyday happy people with concerns and again, happiness and things of that nature. Remember this about, being human, you see. There are many ways, again, to, take care of a matter at times, all right? It should always, don't you think, be foremost on our mind to take the more helpful way before using any other way of strong armness, coercion, or things of that nature, because then what? That goes into an area of what bullies do. That goes into an area of what, persons who have lost appreciation for many things. One of them may be specifically the grand creator himself, does it not? So keeping all of that in mind, remember, if someone happens to be down, especially when grieving over the loss of a loved one, I've often observed myself that it doesn't necessarily require other humans doing anything to that person. It's amazing how that verse comes true, that when a person really does go to the house of mourning, as the quote goes from the good book, so to speak, that just by realizing how valuable and precious and how short life can be at times is all that person needs to continue to, have the appreciation for what they got. And at the same time, realize that on the face of this earth, that if life is so short, then make sure that when persons say, life is short, do what you want to do, then fulfill, your potential. Make sure that potential does not involve making life difficult for someone else. Hi, I'm James, and thank you for being on this Pocketbooks Update moment. You have a very wonderful, wonderful day. You have just listened to the Perceptive Readers podcast. Remember, until next time, if you read something that encourages you to improve or enhance your life for the better, it becomes your reality.